Okay, I will lead. Oh, who else? Good. No, I'd much rather have her do it.
Have waited another minute before jumping. Thank you. Well, hello everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you all had a good and relaxing weekend. On Mondays, we'll do gratitude first. We'll mention what we are grateful for, and then we will talk about what we plan on working today and upcoming week. Let's start in a reverse order today. So the first one is Tushar.
Uh, Hi everyone, happy Monday. So I I was working on fixing on a bug which was being caused due to cookie. It was in like all the environments. So I added a fix for that. Also fixed some small bug related to prompt, uh, the brainstorm prompts, and working on the website. I have like a short demo I can show after the end of the meeting. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And Subodh is next.
Uh, so we are still continuing on work on getting the pipeline ready for the human baseline. We are almost there, just having some issue in terms of writing output file to GitHub folder. Should be sorted in next half an hour. But that will take care of the whole human baseline pipeline. And in the meantime, there was a bug reported, I think, in one of the channels that led to the discovery where we might have an issue where when we are using the real world product attribute generation, we might be generating two attributes with the same name. And that led to further discovery. So that required Florian had to do quite a bit of work streamlining the old prompt. But here's the story. When you have a prompt which does not contain a name of a specific brand, it just has like a product. So things like what factors affect the choice of a smartphone, right? So there's no brand in it. Now, if this is the question, then brand should be one of the attributes, which is fine. But imagine on a question other way around, which was basically posted in the bug hunting channel saying, what factors of an Apple product influences consumer choice decision? Since the Apple is mentioned, now we cannot have a brand as another attribute altogether. So that requires that we modify the way we extract the data and prepare the real world product. So thanks to Florian, I think he's almost there. But at least that will solve the issue. But I don't know who posted. I think it was Mia or Lucy, whoever posted that in the channel. But thanks a lot. Somebody really tried a sort of twisted combination which we didn't think of in the beginning, and that led to a more fine tuning. And that also means we probably will have to add one more layer probably this week, which will be something like this. If a prompt contains, let's say, a real world product, right? Then the option will be to go and fetch the real world product and their labels from the real world product. Now, but again, if we go back to the same question, like what factors affect the choice of Apple product? In this case, it is not totally necessary to actually go and get the real world labels of a product, because this is a question that is more suited more from a brand loyalty point of view and other stuff. So we probably have to find another layer in between where we somehow have to figure out, even if the question has either a brand or a product or a combination, do we really need to go scrap the real world products? Or does it, or do we actually have to generate attributes more which are generic in nature, but more towards brand loyalty and other things to really get the more refined attributes and labels? But thanks a lot to either me or Lucy, I don't remember the name, whoever posted that question. It has led to many new developments in the attribute generation now. So this is that was it. And I think Atish has put the data in. I'll probably sit either today or tomorrow to get that in the dev so that we can now define population at a more nuanced level, at least for all 50 states for the US. That is my plan for at least next 1 or 2 days. After that, I think there are other works in pipeline. I'll pick it up.
Thank you. And Sarah is next.
Hello. So I'm through. I'm trying to make sure. So since I've organized the drive, I'm just checking, and I found some that we missed. So I'm gonna add them to the Finta. And I also merged the like all the blogs and directories and subreddits. There's a bunch of like outreach files. I put them in one so that I can give them to me or Lucy. So there's just more clarity so we can start using the things that we have. So that's what I was working on this morning. And I also went through my email for Subconscious, and it's at 0, which was exciting. And that's my updates from this morning. Thanks. I love the picture that it gives at the end of like, it's like so satisfying. It makes me want to always have inbox 0.
And next is Rupesh.
Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Last week I have worked on fixing the network request issue and the progress bar, created a new progress bar, and should be seeing it now in the dev, which is also showing elapsed time. Also redesigned that thing. And currently I'm working on a new trade generation. Uh, Mostly I will be ready by today. I mean, this feature will be ready by today, and I will be waiting for the backend endpoint to integrate it. Yeah, these are the updates from my side. Thanks. Actually, like, for 2 days, I'm a little busy since I'm moving to other new apartment. But then, like, I'm still willing to take the new work. Okay, sure. Thank you.
There is a big ticket, Avi, which Madi has assigned to Rupesh.
No, actually, I'm moving within the city itself. Yeah. Yeah, less roommates.
And Pablo is next.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. This weekend, spent a lot of time getting our deck for fundraising. All squeaky clean and ready. Appreciate Avi, who was there, providing inputs and doing some final reviews, but feeling very, very, very confident now. And I'm happy to give a demo of it, but feeling very confident of our narrative, our story, our deck, our asset. And now we can, focus on establishing a plan of attack to go to war. So this is a big, big week. It's an exciting week. I've done this many times. I'm excited. This is fun for me. To most, it's not, but to me, it is. Yeah. And then I have tons of interviews. My calendar is absolutely booked. So it'd be great if you can review and see if I have to attend all of them, or if these are interviews or not. I think they are, but it's getting crazy. And you're the best. And yeah, thanks everyone for leaning in.
Thank you. And next on the screen is Michael. Do we have a new person?
Michael Cambianica should be the new enterprise account exec. Let's see if he has
Can you guys hear me
access.
now?
We
Can
can
you
hear
guys
you.
Thank God. Sorry, guys. My mute button was frozen. Happy Monday to me. Let's see. Over the weekend, basically, I heard someone also mention roommates. I had two roommates move into my house, so I was helping them unload, load. Um, Also getting myself get ready this week to start reviewing materials and moving forward with my discovery scripts and an outreach plan with Pablo to new prospects. So this week's going to be really exciting, just because I have a lot to learn, but also a lot to, I guess you could say, build into a new routine for myself, because I just joined last week. So nice to meet everyone, by the way. And look forward to meeting all of you one-on-one. Feel free to schedule some time with me to powwow. So happy Monday, and look forward to talking to you guys more.
Thank you and welcome to the team. Next is Madi.
Hello everyone. Happy Monday and welcome Michael to the team. So on Friday I sit with Atish to insert the trades into our database. So it's not usual. And then today I sit with Subut to make an endpoint for the human baseline. So we make a pipeline to run human baselines in an automatic way and store the result. And that is it. So here's the thing. We get a CSV file which has the folder names and the LLM names. And then I mean the folder name, the human baseline name, and there we run the human baseline and get the summary of the experiment that is run, the replication, I mean. We put that summary into a CSV file and then store that CSV file into data currently. Mhm. Got it. Yeah. Okay.
But this is anyway does not hinder with the weights and biases capability, Avi, because every run you run, that is anyway in the 1 dB. The only reason we are writing the CSV and storing in a Ditto is that, so let's say I just want to test 20 human baseline replications. At the moment, if you run that through the experiments endpoint, you just get a run ID name. Now you have to take that run ID, go to 1DB and note down all the numbers that you want to note, like Spearman correlation and anything else. In this CSV, we basically write everything into one consolidated column so that you can quickly see. Now everything else is anyway in the 1DB. So if anyone you want to do anything more than that, like create some sort of pipeline on the runs, we can create it separately. Okay. Mm. So I mean the one of the reason I'm writing it into a Ditto is that not everyone has access to 1DB, right? So if they want to see the outcome of their runs, they can quickly see through the CSV. Mm. Okay. Okay.
Next is Lucy.
Everyone, happy Monday. And last week I have been working on drafting Reddit post, and this week I will be continue working on those. And I'm aiming for like 5 posts per day. And I also last week worked with Mia on some of social media ideas for Twitter. And I think we will be also like getting some ideas down this week too. Yeah.
I checked you're the person who noticed that we get the same attribute twice, so thank you for reporting that bug. Nice
Yeah.
catch.
Of course.
Next is Linnea.
Yeah, hi everyone. Happy Monday. Yeah, I understand there might be some changes to the input files to R at some point this week. So kind of I guess we'll be standing ready to make appropriate changes to the script to incorporate whatever, if any changes happen. Otherwise, I'll also just be still going through the code, making sure I understand everything, and starting to work on the testing stuff that Florent has been working on, because it sounds like we're having more and more examples of how useful a robust automated testing system may be. So I'll hopefully have time to do some work on that.
And Hadi is next.
Hello everyone, happy Monday. So this week, today, I was working on integrating user journey. Hopefully by today I should be able to finish it. And the next week, like from tomorrow onwards, we'll be working on if IDBC is done with his changes, we'll be integrating RAG implementation into the backend and the UI. Yes. Yes. Ashwin is good. Yeah. Advis is good. I'm just checking it. Yeah, just checking and installing it locally to run. Yeah, we'll check. Like I've seen Upwork guys. There is another Upwork guy is working on RAG implementation, right? We'll check that also. And I'm also like a little bit slow, but like checking Kotimon. That's also for RAG, and we'll see which one is best. Uh, Not so far. We'll see.
Next is Florian.
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. So yeah, I've been working on refactoring the attribute and level generation to fix the bug. Other than that, I've been working on fixing some of the lint issues that we're having when migrating to Rough. And other than that, I'm going to also work on getting the end-to-end transcription pipeline going with the integrating Semantic Scholar to actually look for a lot of causal research papers. Yeah, that's my task that I'm going to be working on. I do not.
I did. Hmm.
And Chin is next.
Hi everyone, good morning, happy Monday. So my last task was just getting to grok the code base, just understanding where everything is. I think I have a good enough idea of it now. I've set up debug mode, I set up the breakpoints like Subodh asked, and I triggered the API and I followed it around the code base. I guess my blocker now is just like I need a bit more direction on what I should be focusing my energies on next. So maybe uh I don't know, support. Maybe we can connect and figure something out. Or
So,
yeah.
yeah.
And I also wanted to pitch Journal Club finally. So I wanted to like get just a bit of like a feeler of like who all is interested. I was thinking maybe I'll put a poll in like general. So just for context, this is like every week or every 2 weeks based on interest. We just everyone picks like a paper to present, and there's one person who presents, and then everyone kind of reads the paper, but obviously the presenter has to like really do a deep dive, and we just pick an appropriate amount of time. We don't want to spend too much time, and I mean I'll figure out those details, but yeah, I'll send out like maybe a poll or like somehow get an idea of like who's interested and figure out the details. And yeah, so yeah, that's everything for me. Yep. Yeah, who should I talk to from the team for that, or should I like look into that? Okay. I mean, I do have like OBS and stuff. I don't know what you guys use to like screen record. Okay. Great. Okay. Sounds good. I do, but it's just like for my friends. Like I don't actually like. It's just like sometimes I stream lead code and like I used to do Minecraft and stuff, but yeah, yeah. All right.
Avi is next. I think we skipped gratitude today. Thank you. Ambuj is next.
Hey guys, happy Monday. So last week I had pushed my Llama Index version of my code, and I guess for this week, primarily I'll be focusing on testing because for now I guess I worked on multiple approaches, and I guess just sitting with Subodh and trying to test it, trying to tune it as best as we can. Because that's the goal for this week. So yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, sure. Wait. Well, it's similar to previous time. We had to run a query. I don't think it's running on dev right now. Now, but I try to do it. I try to complete it this week with the testing and probably having it running on dev. But yeah, well, that's the goal. Thank you guys. Sure. Thank you guys.
Thank you. And next, looks like we have another new person, Adebis, if I'm pronouncing it right. Hello.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, everyone. There might be a bit of background noise. I'm in a cafe and might be a little bit noisy. So nice meeting everyone. I basically have been working on the RAG implementation using Llama Index and LangChain. I have completed it to a level where I can chat with it, but the display of the images when it returns images, if there's image in the context, it's not working so fine. So I'm working on clearing out that. But then the state it is right now, you can chat with the document, get responses, and then you can also one of the things I added over the weekend was the ability to use local models. Basically I added that too. So that's where the implementation currently is. Yes, so I was working with Adi. We have not gotten it into dev yet. I think towards the end of today or tomorrow, we're going to get that done. I was trying to implement the to Dockerize the application. It seems like that was going to be easier for us to get to put it on the dev environment. Okay. If there's a, yeah, yes, I can. I can. Okay. Right now? Okay. Let me go for it then. Okay, I can do it right now if it's fine. Is it fine?
We have one person left. Let's get updates
Okay,
from
okay,
Atish and we'll go back to the demo.
okay.
Yeah, last week I sat with Madi to upload all the data on personas from iPhones, and then I wrote an API to access it so the front end can check how many people fall in the like specification that the front end passes in for personas. So just waiting for that to be reviewed and merged. And this week I thought I would work on the pipeline, but I think there's some work already being done. So maybe I can sit with Madi or Subodh and see what else I can help with. Um, yeah.
Uh, I was gonna say, Hardy, do you have some bandwidth uh, to work on the UI change for the population definition this week?
Yeah, but uh, I don't know if the I can do. Yeah, I can manage like.
It's fine. I mean, because you have other works, if you don't, it's fine. You can just tell the branch and probably Rupesh or somebody else can then sit with Atish to make the appropriate changes in the front
Okay.
end. Because it does require, so because when you will submit the data from the front end, you will get a message as a response, which you probably have to display in case the selected range leads to a very smaller sample size. So then we basically Atish tells you that, okay, maybe you can increase the lower or upper bound of this or that variable, and that will give up enough sample size. So we probably do that back and forth with the user so that they are comfortable in their description of the population definition. So that part does require a bit
If
of UI stuff to work on.
okay, if it's not today, then I will see. Like if I don't have that more work, then like I can manage. I will get that done as well.
Okay.
Otherwise, I can give to Rupesh.
Okay. But oversample what, like with replacement, so same individual 2 times, but that will have. Mm, no, I think we can do that, but then if we do latent class analysis, we effectively will have a smaller sample to split upon. Because if every aspect of the traits is same.
Thank you. And I'll go next. I will continue working with Linnea this week. The goal is to get rid of any bugs, any issues, and that we have on the dashboard. So in case there is a push to production, the dashboard will be ready for that. Other than that, because there isn't any like big change, anything beefy in the calculations, we're gonna really use this time to make sure Linnea is very familiar and comfortable with the code. So I schedule sessions with her and we go through the code like line by line, make sure she like gets everything. So we'll continue doing that. Show new calculations. Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll look into that. Thank you. Before we move into demos, have I skipped anyone by any chance? Okay, sounds like a no. Okay, so who has a demo for today?
I guess I could go.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let me get into it. I will just share my screen. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Uh, sorry, let me. Okay, so I think the last time I shared this with Avi, I just had dummy data here, so I've connected the data now, so it basically shows the total number of node, total relationships, and the average number of relationship for each node in the knowledge base in Neo4j, the graph database, And then the documents management side, I think I've shown that to Avi before. Basically, you can upload new documents, and then you can process the document, and then if there are images in that document, you can index them. What processing does is converts the document into markdown files, and then takes out the images and separate them so that you can index the image separately. And with that, you can then do kind of multimodal search. The knowledge base is where you just basically trigger this button in order to create the knowledge base. Triggering this button right now works. It wasn't working before, and now it displays all the relationships and the entities that are in the graph database. The confidence score is, of course, not, it's just a dummy value I put in right now. I'm going to take that out. Calculating that will be quite expensive, so I'm just going to take that out. Yeah, so yes, so I'm using Llama Index to build this. Some of the open source, um, which is kind of open source, also. Some of the open source tools, like there was one Adi shared with me, basically follow the same underlying principles that I've seen in Llama Index. I shared, is it Kotimon? There's one he shared with me. When I went through the code, the underlying principle was just basically the same thing Llama Index is doing. Yeah, so yeah, I can't do that. I can do that. I have the code locally installed, but then I've not I just went through the code, the implementation. I didn't load it up on my system. I think it's a Dockerized application, but I can do that. Okay, okay. Yeah, so but I think that basically is all I have, and then with the knowledge base, I can ask questions. Yeah, I just loaded up my CV. Basically just loaded up a single file. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So that's where I am with that. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. So who's next?
I can share something.
Sure.
So I was trying something with the new website Outlook. So like this is absolutely rough right now. I am going a bit deeper into things, and added these sections so that our main product is like highlighted first, like in, and there are then there is this sections to like present the data which we have like in the form of charts or something like that. Uh, these are currently like uh, uh, pretty rough, and I was working on them. And uh, so currently like going with this flow and adding some like not some, a lot of um, interactivity to the application so that uh, user feels connected. This is what I have currently. I was thinking of like using uh, instead of the brain uh, to like on when you scroll down it like the particles scatter out. So I was thinking of that, but the GLTF here, which we have, it does not allow us to do that. So yeah. This we can interact with it. I have just disabled that one, but it like scales up when you scroll down, and yeah. Uh, I'll give more updates on this.
Thank you. Do we have any more demos?
Avi, do you want to show the deck? I think, yeah, it'd be helpful for people to understand what our narrative is, especially Tushar. Like, what are we highlighting? Give me a sec. Okay. Do you guys see what I see? I know. I'm working on it. I have no idea. It's not that big. That's the funny part. But let me zoom in. Let's see, 100. There we go. Does this work, guys? Or no? Let's zoom in more. Yeah, I'll just do that. Slideshow. Do you guys see the deck? There. It's too. It's so weird. I don't know. All right. Anyway, so no, I don't. I have one very, very disappointing monitor. I just have good eyes. Maybe that's it. And then I have a little laptop here. But anyway, this is the investor deck. It's confidential. It's meant to be pitched to target investors. The goal is that we're going to look really sexy. We're going to tease them. They're going to make them salivate over us to want to participate in our fundraise, and we're going to act very hard to get. And that way we get our valuation and more money and go from there. Literally like a scene from Silicon Valley, right, Avi? Let me see. Okay. So exactly, mandatory watch. VCs, when they invest, especially at this stage, it's not just investing in the founding team. Is this the right team to build the product? But also, is this the right market to be in? And they try to assess where the market is today, where it's going, and why. And that's what this deck actually does. So market research is growing, but it's also changing. It's an $80 billion worldwide market. And there's a myriad of reasons why it's changing. And so the question is then, what solution or platform is gearing up to really dominate in this future state of market research in this space? Here's some issues with the incumbents. High costs and delays, declining population, data issues, privacy and ethical concerns. And that's where you introduce Subconscious, which is the market research platform for the modern rapid AI world of today. Okay. Here we talk about outcome and our process that goes hand in hand. You create an experiment, you review behavioral insights and action plans, and then you evaluate and implement, ultimately achieving outcomes, which is what every stakeholder cares about, by the way. It's not about the research. I know we have quite a few PhDs, but it's not about the research or the insights. It's about what they do with it and the outcomes that are ultimately achieved by them. That's how we're measured. And naturally, there's a myriad of different use cases here, from product development, marketing, consumer insights, strategy, and so on. These are use cases that a lot of the clients or prospects that we've talked to are bringing up. So these are, things that are actually indeed achievable. I love this. Yep. I'm not sure I follow. What do you mean? Like a circle, like a circular? Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. I'll do that. This is helpful. 4, 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All feedback is good feedback. We can remove this, but I just absolutely love this slide. Um, you know, what questions would you ask? It's so powerful. But it's also presented here. This kind of touches on the why, when, where, who, and what, which is our ideation process. By definition, we're implementing best practices, and we make everyone, regardless of your experience in market research, we turn you into an expert by incorporating these best practices naturally. It kind of just touches and explains this whole process and the user experience. Then we move on to insights, the fact that you can get results in minutes, not months. And then here's a generalized summary of these insights. From behavioral intelligence, customer profiling, comparative analysis to simulation and validation, you'll see that this language right here actually also is pretty consistent with that of behavioral science, or the applied behavioral science lessons and playbook that Matt Wallert has shared. It's not perfect one-to-one, but it is language that is translatable, I guess. I would say that, but there is a process, and I wanted to make sure that people see that. All right, next one is yeah. Hmm. 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 By the way, for everyone who wants to learn more about that curriculum, if you go to the Get Smart channel, there is one post around applied behavioral science. It is that curriculum for free from Matt Waller, who is one of our advisors and a good friend of mine. He was the one who taught me. And there's also another post about market research. So for anyone that wants to understand and get a high level intro in market research, those two posts where I just put in the last 24 hours. Really helpful. And you have actualized platform outcomes. So that basically this is what introduces what Subconscious is and how unique it is relative to the current options today, right? Research study duration, research programming, behavioral insights, quality and accuracy. etc. It also touches on who some of our clients are and who they're trusting us. Big brands here, big logos. It catches attention, and also our partners who are themselves big logos. This is a busy slide, so I can, work on making it cleaner. But basically, this touches on our three swim lanes to highlight traction. We have growth. We have, lots of unit economics that touch on increasingly growing positive signals around our growth metrics. We have enterprise partnerships and trials with massive brands, and we have tremendous acclaim, especially for the size of the company that it is today. Awards, partnerships with universities, world's largest repository of replicated behavioral science studies, 93% bioequivalence. So lots of massive wins to highlight here. We should all be proud. This touches on our competitive landscape and the fact that we stand alone in where the future. Okay. Yeah. We want to have space between Subconscious and everyone else, kind of saying that we stand alone in where the future market is going. That's the narrative. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Awesome. So we stand alone here in this quadrant. Exciting. Love it. All right. And then we have our milestones. So you know how I frequently kind of say this, like, we didn't just appear miraculously today. There's been a lot of work from our dev teams, from frankly all our teams, to get to where we are today. And this kind of touches and highlights some of those massive wins that we've accomplished, organized according to funding, users, and tech. This is a deck or a slide that Avi had originally created. I think this is when I first actually was talking to you at that point as an advisor. Love this deck. Everyone that I share this with also love this deck. It's so good. So I just updated a few more to incorporate 2025 wins. We can modify this. And then this is the executive team, as well as our advisors. Just cleaned it up. We have success stories here highlighting SpaceX around space tourism and Finta for pricing elasticity. Very clean. And lastly, the ask. So we are pursuing a seed stage fundraise, $3 million of capital. I kind of expound on the type of fundraise, priced equity. We have how many dollars have already been invested, the runway. We probably need to update this because I don't know really if it is 18 months or, but just kind of high. Yeah. An investor here, what they're looking at is, okay, what's the stage? How much? And what traction are they going? And who else is also in the cap table? So that's where you see the notable investors. Most VCs are not real VCs. That's my opinion. They don't have a real opinion or perspective. What they do is they try to follow those few VCs with an opinion and perspective. So we want to highlight big, credible brands, which we do have, and kind of say, hey, join the pack, but on our terms. That's kind of it. Lastly, links. Yep. Mhm. Please. Yes, we should. Can you send me information about them, or if you have a logo or something, I can easily put that. But that's a great idea. Like work in progress, like to come. And then feel free to also clean up whether it's 18 months or whatever runway, and all these other details. Really simple. This is it. It's almost done. And that's it, guys. You can click on the links. You can read our paper. You can validate replicated studies repository. You can book a demo and go from there. 15 slides. That's including the thank you, the ask, and the title. So it's really only 13. Very short and sweet. This will give us 3 million, 10 million with the matching. Let's go. As soon as we have that meeting and get those final details clarified, we're ready. I can turn on the light switch.
Looks good to me. I mean, this is a short version, right? So looks good.
Yes. Good thing is Avi has probably like 40, 50 additional slides that we can slot in the appendix. But that's later on. This is more to tease, bring them in. And then once it's like a one-on-one personal type of like conversation, that's where we bring in a giant, what is that called? Appendix. It's not the real deck, it's just the appendix for further clarification details. He has great insights around where the future is going, the details around LLMs, lots of cool things that I've been fishing around. So yeah, it's a never-ending journey. Don't, this deck, just like everything that we build, is going to be iterated, improved, right, with feedback over time.
Thank you. Do we have any more demos?
I think the only thing left is we need a Bachman. For those who have seen Silicon Valley, then we'll get 3 million easily.
Does anyone have any blockers, questions they would like to ask? Sounds like we are sorted there as well. So, okay, I think that will be the end of the stand-up. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for your work. And as Avi stays, let's stay active. Let's stay in the channels. Let's work in groups. Thank you, everyone.